Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune all boast impressive ring systems, leaving Earth as the odd planet out. However, Earth hasn't always been unadorned. Go back 4.5 billion years, and our planet likely sported a ring of rocky debris. This was the result of a massive collision with a protoplanet known as Theia. That ring didn't last, though. The matter eventually coalesced to form the moon we see today. While a permanent ring system might look spectacular, suddenly acquiring one would likely be catastrophic for life as we know it. We wouldn't necessarily need another planetary collision to make this happen. We could simply dismantle the moon. This involves the Roche limit, the minimum distance a celestial body can approach a planet before tidal forces tear it apart. Gravity pulls harder on the side of a moon closest to its planet. If our moon were dragged closer, crossing the threshold of roughly 9,500 kilometers, Earth's gravity would overpower the moon's own internal gravity, shattering it into pieces. This would result in a ring system approximately 5,000 kilometers wide and roughly 9.5 meters thick. Unlike Saturn's glistening icy rings, ours would be composed entirely of rock, as Earth is too close to the Sun for ice to survive. Visually, these rings would be a permanent fixture in the sky, glowing brighter than the moon ever did. Of course, the moon itself would be gone. The sudden appearance of these rings would wreak havoc on the biosphere. Many animals rely on celestial cues for navigation, and would find their internal systems disrupted. Furthermore, the shadow cast by the rings would block direct sunlight, interrupting photosynthesis and threatening our oxygen supply. The areas under the ring's shadow would experience plummeting temperatures, rendering parts of the planet virtually uninhabitable due to the extreme cold. Technology would also face immediate destruction. Most communications satellites orbit around the equator, which is exactly where the rock debris would settle. Satellites would be pulverized, effectively destroying the internet and global communications. If humans had evolved on a planet that already possessed rings, we likely would have adapted to the lack of sunlight and oxygen issues. However, our technological development would have taken a different path. We would be trapped on the surface, as launching satellites or spacecraft through a dense field of orbiting rocks would be impossible. The rings would act as a cosmic barbed wire fence, preventing space exploration. Ultimately, nothing lasts forever. Even these rocky rings would eventually succumb to drag and gravity, raining down on the planet. It is a terrifying scenario to imagine, but perhaps in some distant corner of the multiverse, there is a version of Earth with rings, where the inhabitants look up and wonder what it would be like to have a clear, open sky.